this episode of Thando Bears All. I'm actually really excited about today's episode. I mean, with naturist communities, festivals like Africa Burn, and of course, various naked runs and cycle challenges for charity, the question is nudity becoming the norm? I mean, many people have the burning question, are you maybe more attracted to someone naked? Or do you like them dressed? Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. Is it why people go to like topless bars or strip clubs or surf the internet? Well, today we will get the views of the people who think that nudity is nothing to be kept behind doors or under a bed sheet. Our very first guest is a dental officer. She's a businesswoman. She's a social entrepreneur and an educational sexologist. You may wonder what she has to say about nudity at this point. She's also a naturist who enjoys being naked and will answer the questions that many people are wondering about but are very afraid to ask. We chatted to Dr. Antubabalwa Funda Kamapoza. Let's take a look. So people get confused. What's a naturist and what's a nudist?
A nudist is somebody who naturally feels good when they're not wearing any pieces of clothing. But now a naturist is somebody who takes it further than that and say, yes, I feel good when I'm not in any kind of clothing, but I'd like to take it a step further and make it a lifestyle. This is when now you want to integrate yourself fully as a person to nature and to any and everything that is natural. But we need to bear in mind one thing, that life is what is and is what we came into the world as, and it's better if you live it that way.
I'm going to ask the question that everyone's afraid to ask. People think if you're a naturist or a nudist, you're actually just a pervert that wants to see naked people.
Unfortunately, yes, that's how it has been perceived, but it has got nothing to do with that. We need to remember that these are the people that would like to see you for who you are.
But they're strangers.
Not what you are just wearing. Yes, they are strangers, but if you are like-minded, where you realize that you are living in your body, but you are not your body. So when I see your body, I see what you are wearing. So what we are wearing now as pieces of clothing is what we are wearing on top of what we are wearing.
So if it were up to you, you would have come here naked?
Yes, if it was for me, everybody would be naked. And you wouldn't see them like that because it goes beyond that. But of course, it needs somebody who's got a very strong mind to realize that every time when you see a naked person, it does not mean you have to have an erection. Every time when you see a naked body, it doesn't mean you want to have sex. But it is a lifestyle. It's you putting yourself out there and say, in my body where I live, I'd like to know and believe how I can then entangle myself with the trees around me, with the wind around me, and that I am one, but with like-minded people.
Sure. And when did you realize that you were a nudist naturist? Okay,
for me, it started as a spiritual journey because all the roads, they lead to Johannesburg. I had a car accident, I think about, 17 years ago. And during that car accident, I had an outside body experience, which led me to know and understand that there is me and there's my body, which are two different things. Because immediately when I went into the body, then I realized, okay, there's something bigger than the body. So which automatically taught me that I am wearing my body. I am not my body. And so if I'm wearing my body, if you've seen my body, it doesn't mean you have seen me. And so it made it easy for me to be able to want now to naturally entangle myself
with just being you.
With being myself, what I'm wearing, and being one with everything that is nature.
I could speak to you forever, but unfortunately we are out of time. Thank you so much for sharing.
I thank you for inviting me because this is a lifestyle that people need to think of and see what it can bring, because I can tell you it makes you a different person in life. Thank you.
Must admit, that was pretty insightful. But my next guest is a 20-year-old woman who got bored working behind a till 9 hours a week. She had no idea what a strip club was, okay? But then she saw that one was hiring. So she immediately went for an interview, and get this, she had experience in figure skating, ballet, acrobatics, and fire dancing, which then secured her the position. Please welcome Sean. I do hugs. Welcome. So 9 to 5, strip club, that's a big change.
Yes, luckily it wasn't exactly 9 to 5. It was an after-hours pharmacy.
Okay, but still a big change from being at a pharmacy.
It definitely is. It really is. Most of my previous jobs were in catering or waitressing or things like that. So it really is. But I enjoyed it. It's more active. It's a new experience. I'm not going to complain about changing at all.
And people are obviously very judgmental about the work that you do.
Yes, they are. And I think that's mainly because they don't know what strip clubs are like. They have this idea that it's like the movies where women are trying to steal your husband, steal your boyfriends, everything, where it's more of a relaxed environment where you get to see some topless women dancing and you get to have a relaxed conversation where you don't have to worry about your house life.
So, I mean, as a woman in a strip club, do you feel safe?
I do, but I think that's because I'm working at one of the safest strip clubs in Joburg. I have never had any complaints. I've always felt safe, and I'll have to admit it, they do have cameras watching that if a client does get handy, they can see I'm not lying. I'm not trying to get extra money for nothing.
And your parents and family, were they supportive for the drastic career change?
My parents don't know, actually.
What?
They don't know.
So what do they think you do?
I moved out of my mother's place, but I told her that I was doing bartending.
Well, are they not going to know now?
My mother doesn't have DSTV, so I'm hoping she's not going to see this.
Okay, that's, well, good,
Yes,
I guess.
yeah.
And will you ever tell her? Why is this a secret?
My mother grew up extremely conservatively, and if it makes me happy, I'm pretty sure she will accept it one day. But until she's made terms with how times have changed, she was very shocked when I wanted to move out at first, very shocked when I had a boyfriend the first time, very shocked when I had my first girlfriend. So everything takes some time to get used to. And I'll wait before coming out to her about this.
And very quickly, what do you think makes you so liberal? Why are you so open to this idea?
As a kid, I traveled a lot, and the only people I had around me to talk to were my family members, and then the things that I would see where we traveled. So I think it's firstly a little bit of rebellion from my parents. Those are the only people I ever had contact with. And secondly, I think it's because I saw so many different cultures and people that I'm very open to trying new things and accepting that not everybody is the same. Different people have different understandings of things, different views. And it's not necessarily wrong. It's more about your understanding with the people you're in relationships with.
And of course, your choice, right?
Yes, it really is.
I've got so many questions, but let me not be selfish. I'm going to open it up to, please don't be shy. I know you're all thinking something. Anyone want to ask her anything? Go for it.
Hello.
Hi.
What I want to ask you is, where do you get the confidence to actually be that confident to actually undress in front of a stranger? And how did you feel the first time you did it? Because I thought of it because I read a book about the strip industry in Johannesburg. So it was actually something I thought of doing. But actually undressing in front of a person, where do you get that confidence from?
The first time, my first night, I got extremely lucky. We had a client come in, take me and one of the other girls for a private booking. We were sitting downstairs, no other clients, nothing, just me, the other girl and the guy. And I thought, well, if this is what I'm going to be doing, let's try it. There's only 2 people watching now. If I make a fool of myself, it's only 2 people, luckily. Yeah. And after doing it once, you're like, well, I did it once, I can do it again. And then it's, I've done it twice already, I can do it, I've done it. It keeps going like that. And the confidence being there every night, it really builds it up. You've got clients appreciating you for who you are, what you look like, and everybody has their own style, own type, own preference when it comes to women. So if one guy doesn't like me, I can go to the next client and he'll say, oh my goodness, I love how tall you are, whereas the previous one was like, ah. And understanding that everybody has different opinions of what they like and don't like makes you realize that not everybody's going to like you, but a lot of people will still love you. And that's really helped a lot.
Okay, thank you for your question. I mean, is there any point where, is this something you want to do for the rest of your life?
I like performing. I love performing, I love dancing, I love acting, and it's acting, basically being there every night. You're not yourself in front of clients. You don't want to open yourself up too much. But stripping itself, I don't think I want to do forever. It's not as much exposure. It's a very much hidden job. Not, like I said,
taboo a bit. So they kind of keep it hidden.
Yes.
Okay, we'll speak more. We have to go to an ad break, but we'll be right back. Stay where you are. You're still watching Thando Bears All. Now, my guest and I tackled the topic of nudity, more specifically, nudity in naturism and, of course, stripping. Now, Carissa went to the streets to ask if people would consider having sex on the first date. Take a look.
We're in Braamfontein once again because this is where the cool kids hang out, right? And I want to know from you, the public, would you have sex on the first date?
If she's down, then I'm down, you know, I'm cool like that. And plus, I like freaky girls, so.
Listen, consent is sexy. I really like your answer.
No, morals, no. I wouldn't. Yeah.
Her moral compass is facing one way. She says no.
Definitely yes. Is like
Why would you?
I don't think there's any rule like to sex. When can you have sex? When not? Like anytime when you feel like it. I mean, you can still wait for 3 months, whatever months that you want. But if he wants to leave, he'll still leave you.
It depends on the person, but definitely if the flow is going, I definitely have sex on the first date.
The flow is there, man. If the flow is there. Marianne, I want to know from you, would you have sex on the first date?
No.
That was a very definite no. Why not?
Usually it doesn't work out, but being is that I've never done it before. I don't know.
You don't want to try something new?
No, not that. Something new, yes, but not that.
Most definitely. Why not, man? Got it, man. I think it's good intentions as well. Well, saw something real fast, not even slow. Yeah.
So you just want to go full force into it, not even wasting any time.
Show work is like the fast life. You gotta do stuff fast. So yeah, why not?
No, I wouldn't have sex on my first date.
Why not?
Knowing the person will make me go to the next level where she introduced herself, then you get to know each other. Okay, we'll allow nature to take its course. That's all I can say.
So that might be on the third or fourth date.
The fifth one.
I wouldn't hold back in terms of like if she wants it, she can get it. If I want it, I can get it. Or if we feel that we don't need to explore that part of our relationship yet, I can wait. Maybe.
So she was out in the streets, but what was the general consensus? Please welcome the beautiful Carissa Cupido. Hi, gorgeous. Come in. Asking people if they're gonna have sex on the first date. I mean, isn't it weird? None of the guys said they wouldn't.
Of course.
Like, and then when the girls say that they would, it's like,
It's a surprise.
right?
Yeah.
Isn't it unfair that they put those expectations on women?
I think so. I think there's such a double standard when it comes to sex and women, that women have to kind of be passive and wait around for the men to come and chase them.
Yeah.
But I love that some of them were kind of saying, you know what, yeah, if the flow is good, if we both consent, if we're feeling the vibe, then we're good to go. I absolutely love that.
I also feel women should have the sexual freedom to decide that, actually, I just met this guy, and if this is what I want to do, it's what I want to do.
Exactly.
And then if your moral compass says you must wait 3 months, then
wait
that's
3
what you're
months.
doing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I think it's all about choice. You hit it on the head. I think that a lot of the time that choice gets taken away from women because of the expectations.
Yeah.
But choice is really, really important. I mean, you touched on that a bit earlier, Sean, as well. And I think that women need to be able to explore their sexuality.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Sean, I mean, you are surrounded by men, I imagine, a lot.
Yes.
Don't you feel like it's perving after a while? Don't you feel like, oh my gosh, stop looking at me?
Not really, no. If they stop looking at you, feel like, why am I here? Why am I doing this?
Okay.
I'm dressing and you're not even looking. Appreciate me, please. But most of the men, believe it or not, they focus a lot on your personality. They want you to come and sit down with you, have a chat with you. They're not just going to start. Some do, some really, really do, and they push the limits. But that's only after a few drinks, I've noticed. So,
Speaking of sex, a lot of people think that it doesn't just end at stripping. That there's your kind of advertising, and then there's something more that happens. Is this a misconception? Does it apply to some ladies and not? How does it work?
well, a strip club is called a strip club because we strip.
Yeah.
That is what it's there for. And you do get clients who push their limits, and if you don't want to offer more, they kind of get mad at you, like, why are you here then? What are you doing? But a strip club is not for sex. It is not prostitution. Some women, however, do go for extras, because some strip clubs do have private rooms to give you privacy, and if they happen to offer sex or blowjobs or whatever, the club's not going to know. It's just between the client and the girl. And it does happen, but it is wrong to expect it to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
They say being a stripper is very good on the wallet?
Surprisingly, not nearly as much as people expect. No.
Really?
No. Because of prostitution that has gotten so popular the last while. I mean, if a girl just gets out of school, she can't get into university, she's struggling, and a guy on the street offers her, listen, I'll give you 500 rand, 1,000 rand, come sleep with me tonight. She's going to do that if she's got nothing else to do. And if a guy can get it so easily on the street, why would they go to a club where they pay 500 rand for a dance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if your daughter said to you one day, I want to be a stripper.
As long as she's doing it for the right reasons.
What are the right reasons?
I don't think there are any right or wrong reasons. It is your choice. But I don't want her to ever be doing it because she needs to do it. There are a lot of girls who are doing that, and I think it's killing them to be there. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the dancing. I enjoy being up at night. But the moment where it gets to the point where she has no other choice, and she hates being touched, and that's when I feel I failed. I haven't given her enough to make something better if she wanted to do something better.
Sure. Well, there you have it. I mean, I'm sure everybody has their own opinions, and that's totally fine. I think that's what we can take away from today. And of course, you're more than welcome to share your thoughts and ideas on these topics on social media. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your honesty and for being open about, something that a lot of people actually really wonder about.
Thank you.
Undoubtedly one of the biggest stars in Africa. The ladies love him. Actually, speaking of ladies, they do. Why are you shaking your head?
Some guys, I think.
The guys?
I would assume.
Well,
Like
what kind of
spirit.
like are we talking about?
No, we're talking about the spirit like.
I mean, if it was the other like, it would be fine as well, right?
It's the spirit like.
So, brand new year, are you getting married this year?
Hopefully. I don't know. Hopefully at some point it happens. Yeah.
Hopefully at some point it happens.
Yeah.
This is very vague.
My album dropping real soon. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Which is what we're interested in. Also, Rick Ross, guys, he has a song with Rick Ross. I understand. How did that even come about?
I sent emails, he sent email back. We have some.
How do you find Rick Ross's email address?
I went to the States for a bit, I went to the States for a bit and we kind of made some connects, things like that, and we sent each other music and figured out what we both liked and we jumped on what we both liked.
And of course, Spirit also doing incredibly well. Y'all love the song, right? Absolutely incredible. Random question, are you a nudist?
Wait, what?
A nudist.
Am I a nudist?
Do you like just being in the skin you... See what I said about the ladies. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Kwesa featuring Tabzi. It's called Ngiyazifela Ngawe.
As you can hear, I'm not alone. Ladies and gentlemen, Tabzi. Sure. Aybo.
Ngifela ukuthi ngiyakuthanda.
Aybo.
Kube kuyangami ngabe kade ngihamba.
Manje ngingukuthi ngiyazifela ngawe.
Angisenawo namandla.
Yaza wena.
Okukuyekelela okusalayo ngiyakuthanda.
Sure. Ngiyazifela ngawe. Siyakhala.
Ngiyahamba baby ngiyahlala.
Ngiyalahla. Ngiyakubamba. Ngiyazifela ngawe.
Hey, ngifela ukuthi ngiyakuthanda. Kube kuyangami ngabe kade ngihamba.
Manje ngingukuthi
Angisenawo namandla. Okuyekelela okusalayo ngiyakuthanda.
That's you. She said, I'll get 2 years with Nathanda, baby. I love you like I'll never love again. I love you cause I know when you I got a friend. Yeah boy, I love you cause you love me, that's lovely. I'm proud of everything that you've accomplished. But I'm Thanda over, you be my accomplice. In Thanda over, I'm Thanda when I was honest. For that, I would die another day just to bond with you. I appreciate the life that we share together. But I love you for the life we put here together. I love you through the distance, the I love you text, the kisses, and I love the sex. But it hurts when the rumors come out. You took who and who out, and I'm just human to doubt back. I wanna stay, I should take this right. I love you, but I hate this right.
uyahamba baby uyahlala uyanglahla uyambamba ngifela ukuthi ngiyathanda kube kuyangami ngabe kade ngihamba angisenawo amandla okuyekelela kusalayo ngathanda
I love you so much, I hate it. I hate the fact that I gotta say this. I hate that all you see is girls naked. I hate the fact that you don't choose to see the hatred. Look, don't get me wrong, I don't hate you. I hate how you hate how I make what you hate. Bullshit. I hate leaving you alone. I hate that I'm late, even sneaking through the home. But that's what it takes to stay afloat. That's what it takes to raise a daughter. Now I'ma love you from this life to the next. But I swear I hate this life that you accepted. I hate how this shit happens. I hate how I'm making it and we have it. How you believe every basic chick. I love you, but I hate that Sing it with me, go! Why? Cause I'm your ride or die. I'll never. I swear to God, baby.
Thank you so much.